Hello, my friends. I tried to do this video as a live, and it was buffering and it was awful. It was just awful. And it reminded me of when I tried to do a dual live stream with Corey from Colorfully Optimistic. And hers was nice and clear, and mine was fuzzy and blurry through the whole entire thing. So that will probably be my last live stream because apparently my house does not have the capability to do live streaming without horrible buffering. So I would imagine that most of you were not there. So this is what I am doing. I just received in the mail as the most wonderful gift in the world from a friend who I treasure so very much. We haven't even been friends for a year yet, and I feel like she's my sister from another mister. So anyway, she gifted me with this incredible set of metallic paints from KJDesignbyKaren. And the reason that we went with these is because, it's been a few years now. I had purchased a few of her paints, and I was so impressed with the quality. And so when this incredible opportunity came around, this incredible gift, I can't even. This was the brand. This was Karen's paints were the ones that I wanted to go with because I knew that they were going to be incredible. So I got the luxury set 3. Plus a few other colors. And so that's what you're seeing here in this set. This is the luxury set 3, plus, and I've separated them all out because it actually came in this size box, and they're all tight together in the box. And while it looks incredibly beautiful and delicious when you open it up, I really felt like I needed my paints to be more spread out. I wanted to be able to see the names of them. So I took an old color pencil tin. This was one of my first color pencil tins. This was an Arteza tin, and I spray painted it black, and I printed out this watercolor image that I got from a free site, and I glued it onto the tin, and then I took some metallic watercolors and I did go ahead and put those on there just to give it a little something, and then I sprayed the whole thing with a satin finish. So now I have my paints now are in, my paints are now in a bigger tin, and I'm really happy with that. So in addition to these gorgeous jewel colors, there are also some, I separated out the kind of true metallics, the copper, the brass, the gold, the silvers, and stuff like that. So those are in the original Karen tin. And we'll do those as well. So I kind of put them in an order that I thought that they would look good in. But, who knows? I could be wrong. I might re-swatch them again. I don't know. We'll see. But this is the first time that I'm even seeing a lot of these colors. So I'm really, really excited. And KDI, if you are watching, which I'm sure you probably are, I cannot thank you enough for this most incredible gift. This is probably the best, one of the very best gifts I've ever received. So we'll just leave it at that. You know how I feel. Okay, so I didn't start over again. This is where I left off on the live stream. because honestly, I did not want to waste another piece of watercolor paper starting over. So this is where we're at so far. I am using a Micron archival ink pen to do the writing. And I'm writing the names down first so that I can just color right over the top and be ready to go. So we're going to do claret. And unfortunately, you're just going to have to wait until I get down in here to really be able to see what I'm doing on the palette, because I just can't fit it all in here at the same time. Oh my God, this is so pretty. You're going to hear me saying that a lot. I'm telling you right now, you're just going to have to deal with it. What I love about that color right there is it feels like it's, oh my God, it's like an orange, like I can see orangey gold colors in it. I don't know. It's really beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to take a damp brush and just kind of soften that little weirdness that I have going on, but I like it like that. Okay, so that was claret. I think I said this in the live. I adore Karen's paints, but she has terrible handwriting. I know she's probably writing really fast because she's, busy, but sometimes it's kind of hard to make out the color name, unfortunately. All right, so this was one of the colors that I originally had. It is part of this set, and she very kindly swapped out. Now this is really similar to claret. Maybe after it dries, it'll look a little different. We'll see. She kindly swapped out from the set the colors that I had already had. So she's really great about, yeah, it's darker. It's darker than claret. Really great about, taking care of her people, her customers and stuff. So now I don't have the duplicates of the colors that I have already purchased from before. Okay, so I am using a water brush just to make the swatching part a little bit easier, but I'm using a regular brush to kind of, I don't know, fix up the weird drippy part, which I'm actually really liking a lot. Okay, next color is Big Red. I have no idea what this is going to look like. Big Red. So another thing that I love about these paints is that they don't take, they re-wet super duper fast and well. Like there's no putting, there's no putting a drop of paint down and waiting 3 minutes for the paint to, to soften enough so that you can use it. It's pretty much usable the second that you put a wet brush to it, which is really nice. And I'll probably have to fill my water brush up a few times because instead of putting it in the water, I'm just squeezing the water out of the brush. All right, so the next one we have is, whoops, I didn't write it down, Dream. And actually, I think this is called something else. Hang on, I got to find my piece of paper because I want to write down the proper names. Sometimes she only writes one of the words. So what was this one called? Darn it, I can't find it now. Dream. Something Dream. Oh, I think it's called Dream Red. Dream Red. Okay. Dream. That looks like a P. I hate it when I do that. Dream Red. Okay. Dream Red. It's kind of pink. Kind of kind of like a magenta. Alrighty then. These are so fun. Okay, the next one, oh, let me pull this down a little bit if I can for you. Okay, this one is fiery. Let's see, I just put my brush right on there and it's already soft and yummy. Oops, fiery. Oh, so pretty. I don't know how well you guys can see the metallics of this, so I will pull up the sheet. So I've been playing with regular watercolors. Now I can't even remember what have I said and what I haven't said. And having the time of my life. Of course, I forgot to write fiery. So let's see if I can do this without. Thankfully, it's a short name. Okay, next color is rose red. Yes, I've been playing with watercolors. I'm sorry I haven't been on the channel for a while. I know I've been away. And I kind of have, it's sort of been on purpose a little bit, sort of, kind of. I decided I needed to get back my joy. I've been very disillusioned, disheartened by the whole AI thing in the coloring world, and not just in the coloring world, kind of everywhere online, in my art groups, on Pinterest. It's everywhere, and it's taken over, and it's gotten to the point where I can't even, I used to be able to get onto Pinterest or other anywhere, other places, and look at the art and marvel at the skill and talent and beauty that artist produced, and think, oh my God, there's something to aspire to. Anyway, I can't do that anymore because it feels like more often than not now, it's AI. And I don't want to get into a big debate over AI. I actually don't want to talk about it too much, but I'm sorry, but an image that was created by a computer from artwork taken from artists all over the world without their permission to be used to train the brain of the AI. That is the most incredibly beautiful color that I own. That's a gorgeous color. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, it upset me a lot, and it got me sad. It got me mad. It got me not in a good place mentally. So I decided to take a break from social media, and find my joy again. Okay, the next color is Blossom. This one looks like a really glittery one. So I've been watching watercolor videos like crazy. I decided I was gonna teach myself a new medium. So I am trying to learn watercolors. I did a couple of watercolor pieces years ago, and then I got into colored pencil, and I never pursued it, and I love the look of watercolor. So I am going to do that. But as far as my YouTube channel goes, I think you're going to start seeing me doing more of other people's work, because I'm just kind of not, I just, it's hard for me to want to do my own thing. I'm sorry. It's a little hard. So intermingled with my own work will also be some other artists' work, especially some artists with books that that are on watercolor paper, because I'm really having a good time playing with watercolors. And so that's where I've been. That's what's been going on, and that's why I haven't been around. I just needed to take a break and get away from it all. Okay, so this next one is obviously called Baby. It's a very light pink. And I can honestly say that since not being on social media as much, I'm mentally in a much happier place. So that's a good thing. Okay, so this is a really light, light pink. I am so enamored of these two colors right here. This blossom and this pink gold. I don't know if you can, how well you can see those. They are gorgeous. All of these, I'm just like, I just got chills just looking at the, holding it up and looking at it. It's so pretty. Woo. So I want to try, okay, so metallic watercolors. These are going to be incredible in coloring books. I'm not sure how much I will use them full strength on, with a regular watercolor painting. However, I want to experiment with adding some of these to regular watercolor and see if they'll mix well. First of all, I don't even know if they'll mix well or not. But if they will, I could see some really incredibly beautiful things done with a mix of regular color and the metallics. But again, I don't know if they will mix yet, because I just got these in the mail today, and I haven't really experimented with them yet. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty. They really, I think, look best after they're dry. While they're wet, they're beautiful. But the true metallic beauty really comes out best after they're dry. Put a little bit more. This was my version of making my swatch chart look artsy. Speaking of swatch charts, you guys know I'm kind of a big swatching nerd, and I have been Purple Rose. Next is Fantasia. I have been, that Fantasia is really pink. It probably should have gone up in here somewhere. Fantasia. I have been redoing all my swatch charts. Once I typeset one, there was no going back. It was like, oh man, now I have to do them all. And I've done them all, and I'm going to be putting them up on Etsy, on my Etsy shop. So they're all typeset, and they're all in my color order. And I'll do a whole video. I'll do another video showing my swatch chart. Oh my God, that is a gorgeous color. Oh my God. Yeah, so that's coming. Typeset swatch charts in my color order. I don't do Personally, I don't like the, I'm just going to, I don't know why, but I want to do something to this one right here. I personally don't like, for myself, I don't like color family charts. I want my colors to go from yellow to orange to, red to pink to purple and so on and so forth. So that's what those will be. That's what my kind of charts will be. Yeah, that definitely should have gone over here. Oh, well, it is what it is. It's not like I wouldn't have fun doing this again. Oh, let me tell you about this stamp. Okay, the next color is Burlesque. Burlesque. I just got this at, where is my stamp? I can't show you because I don't have it in front of me, but I just got this at Hobby Lobby. Yeah, so I used Stays On ink, and that's what I'm using for my watercolor swatches. This is going to be a gorgeous color. I can tell already. Jeez Louise, I'm so in love with these. I can't even handle it. God. I can't get over how much that blossom is glittery. It is a really, I mean, it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous color. This is a gorgeous color. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, by the way, but I'm just going to, you can either hang out and watch or not. Whatever makes you happy. I am now in the state of mind of follow your bliss, do what makes you happy in this day and age. That's all we can do. All right, the next color is Titan, and this is another one that looks to me like it's going to be fabulous. Can you see? No, you probably can't. Let's see, what can I do here to make that a little easier? Titan. Did I clean out my brush? I think I did. Oh my God, it's a purple. It looks like it's a purple and blue. I'm not sure if it's a flip-flop, but there's definitely, oh my God. Oh, that's so pretty. I can't stand it. So I'm watching all of these YouTube videos. Watercolor, just kind of like when I learned how to do acrylic painting. And actually, now that I think about it, probably when I learned how to do, before I started using color pencils, I watched a ton of videos, and I just watched people doing their thing. Watched artists creating and listening to all of their words of wisdom and their tips, and just soaking it all up. And that's what I've been doing. I think this color is called AJINGA. AJINGA. Have no idea. I've never heard of that word. Never heard of that color or that word even. But I'm pretty sure that that is the name of this next color. Where was I going with? Oh, yeah. So at night, I sit at night while my husband is watching like Parks and Rec or something. And I have my headphones in one ear. And I'm watching YouTube videos on watercoloring right now. Okay, well that does not belong there. That looked like a purple, but that is not a purple. Doesn't that look like purple? Looks like purple. When I bought this color, I bought it because it looked kind of brownish. And then I got it and I looked at it and I went, well, that's not brown, that's purple. I can see now the glitter in the glitter, the purple color, but that's gray. That's a gray with purple in it. That does not belong here. So yes, I will be re-swatching this chart. But that's okay, because what this is doing for me is it's letting me see them in their, that so does not belong there. That is a really interesting color. It's like gray, warm gray with purple. And it doesn't look anything like what it looks like in the pan. Okay, there you go. All right, next color is Iris. So anyway, back to thinking, back to watercolor, because that's where my brain has been lately. I still say watercolor is the absolute hardest medium to master. It scares me, that medium. Watercolor scares me, but I'm determined. I'm going to pick it up. It's just like, nope, that's my new goal, is learning how to do watercolors. So anyway, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on watercoloring. That really bums me out that I wound up putting that there, and it just does not belong. Okay, next color is Violet Brass. I actually owned this previously. This is not part of the set. At least I don't think it was. No, it was not. Okay. This is a gorgeous color. Oh, okay. So water brush needs to be filled up. This was actually a water brush that came in my Spearer Farben set that they sent me. And it's a fantastic water brush. I love it. These you can get at Walmart. Don't they look like ketchup and mustard bottles that you see sitting on the, in diners and stuff. That's what it reminds me of. Anyway, I have one of those on my desk. And then anytime I need to fill up my water brush, I just use that and it works great. All right, Violet Brass is a flip-flop color. Exactly how it sounds. It's exactly. So right now it looks super purple. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'll show you the flip color. All right, next is straight purple. I'm a purple fan. Purples and greens are my favorite colors. But I gotta say, some of these reds and pinks are really doing it for me too. Okay, what's next? Lilac Heart. that burlesque color is beyond fabulous. Before I do Lilac Heart, I want to find that burlesque color again, because I can't leave well enough alone. It just seemed like it needed a little bit more color. Sorry. I'm a little excited. These are just so fun. I kind of want to do, I'm kind of thinking like it would be really fun to just do a page entirely with the glitter paints, like a Johanna Basford page, or like a like a mandala, or I don't know, something just, I can't get over how incredibly beautiful these are. You know, you see them online and you think, oh, those are, you know, really beautiful. And then like you can't appreciate them unless you see them in person. They're just incredible. All right, so this color I cannot make out. Is this lilac blue? No, something blue. And I went through, but of course I didn't fix the writing. Yep, it's lilac blue. Okay. Lilac blue. I think I'll go through and rewrite on the other side of the pan what the color is. Otherwise I will get confused. All right, lilac blue. Like I'm already seeing, like as I'm doing this, I'm like seeing these most incredible color combos on a page, in a mandala, or I don't know, however, whatever, something. It's too pretty. Okay. Next is really, can you tell what that says? Oh, I can't tell what that says. I'm hoping that I'm in, let me just, this whole time I haven't been, I didn't lock the, oh, I know what this is. This is Dark Night. That's what that is. And the only reason I know that is because she sent me a list of the colors that were in this set. Dark Night is like an indigo. And before I bring it down, let me get the writing done because I forgot. So since I'm I still have watercolor brain. Dark, is it K-N-I? Nope, it's N-I. Okay, Dark Night. There's some other watercolors that I've been watching videos on that I didn't even know about. And they're not brand new. I mean, people have known about them for a while. They're called granulating or super granulating watercolors. I am in love with these super granulating watercolors. The ones that I particularly have been looking at are by a company in Germany called Schminke. Schminke Hordem, I think is the thing. And they make these super granulating colors. And they're made out of dark royal, okay? They're made with, you know, like more than one pigment. And they're between the pigments that they use and I think the way that they make them when you, oh, look what I did. I'll have to fix that. Between the pigments that they use and the way that they make them, when you put them on, the colors in the one pan separate and they get all like cool and granulated. And it's not just the granulation that I love about them. It's the colors, because they're, as much as I love these gorgeous bright jewel tone colors, they just make me giddy. As far as like my favorite colors that I would use if I was doing watercolor pieces, they would be more like these super granulating colors, the earthy colors. Oh, look at that. That is got to be a flip-flop. That's a blue-purple flip-flop. It's got to be. Yes, I'm sure it is. They're stunning. So that's for somewhere down in the future. But I did fall in love with those as well. The problem is there's just too many amazing art supplies out there. Oh my God, look at that. Oh, okay. Dark Royal. That's like a blue-purple flip-flop. Okay, next one is just straight blue. And the other thing I love about these paints is how so completely smooth they are. They go on the paper like they want to be on the paper. Contaminate. Okay, this one's going to be glittery, I think. What is this? Something Lake. Something Lake. What is that? The only one that I can find on that sheet is Violet Lake. That sure doesn't look violet. Well, Violet Lake. I hope that's right. That's what I'm going to call it. I am finding it interesting that a lot of paint companies are using the word violet to describe colors that in my mind are blue. So maybe I'm just not, because like that's not violet to me. I don't know, maybe I'll reach out to Karen and send her a picture and just double check that that is the color. This has some gold in it. It is a gorgeous color. I don't know. I might try and use these just to paint a picture without, I don't know. They're so pretty. Okay. I'm going to shut up now. I'm a little excited. Can you tell? Okay, what is this one? Macaw. Oh, this is going to be gorgeous. M-A-C-A-W. Macaw. It's like a cerulean. That's beautiful. So it's funny because I feel like I'm learning all these like watercolor terms, and so I would look at that and go, that's kind of a single pigment color, whereas some of these other ones are like, double and triple pigment colors. Even though these really probably don't count as. No, I bet you they do. I bet you they still count as single pigment or double pigment or whatever. So when my friend Karen and I were looking at all these paints, I also got on and looked up some YouTube videos. Well, that's not denim blue, but boy, is it a pretty color. It's like a silver, oh my God, it's like a silver blue. And I'm not kidding you. These paints glide on the paper like they're long lost lovers. Like they're meant, these paints are just meant to be on paper. All right, I don't see that as a denim blue. Is that really denim? Denim. That's a silver blue to me for sure, but that's okay. All right, the next color is Cambridge. Anyway, we got on and we were looking at videos showing people hand making these mica watercolors. And a couple of them that I watched were those ASMR style videos. So it was all the wonderful sounds of the process for making these is fascinating. And it looks so, I mean, it looks like a ton of work, but the videos look so relaxing. And the mulling process that it takes with the glass muller on the glass palette, I guess. This is a gorgeous blue. It's just really neat. If you've never watched a YouTube video on how they make these handmade metallic watercolors, you should, because they're really enjoyable to watch. I just realized I forgot to pull some denim blue down, so I'm just going to do that right now. That's pretty opaque with the amount of metallic in it. I guess it looks pretty opaque. All right, next color is Golden Orchid. I hate it when that happens. It's a good thing this is not my permanent chart. It's the thing I'm going to do it over again. Golden Orchid. When you're using water brushes, it's something that I forget to do sometimes. Make sure you clean out the water, because if you don't, you'll contaminate the last color with the new color. All right, well, that's pretty. To me, well, it would help if they were side by side, but to me that is kind of close to the macaw. That's pretty close to the macaw, so. All right, then we have turquoise. That's pretty. And then we have marine. Now, I don't know if these two colors, I kind of wish they had fallen on the same page. They're not going to, but I had a color called marine blue. And I did not see that color in the list that she sent me, so I didn't ask her to replace it with something else. But now we have this marine color. So we will see if they're similar. They look like they're going to be the same color, which is kind of a bummer, because she did replace some colors different than what she said was in the set. I would imagine because she maybe ran out of something or whatever. All right, so now I'm curious about my marine blue. It actually looks a little bit different in the half pan. But that just might be because mine has been used with water so much. Okay, marine blue, this was my original. All right, well, they look different. So yay, I'm happy about that. I guess I'll call one marine and one marine blue because yep, they're definitely different. This one is bluer and this one's a little bit greener. So yay. Okay, so push this aside and we will keep going. What do we have next? Tell them what we have next, Charlie. Okay, brilliant marine. Oh, all right. We have a lot of marines. Brilliant marine. It's like kind of like a true aqua. That one is a lot more sheer than some of them, I think. Let's see what that looks like dry. All right, then we have something just called, she just wrote lake on it. Lake. And it's not in the list of colors that are supposed to be in the set. So I'm just going to call it lake because that's what she has written on the thing. So when Karen and I were looking at all of these different colors, we actually looked at some old videos from, like 3 years ago of people swatching out their sets of this brand. That marine blue is that mine? That marine blue is gorgeous. I have that color. That's my color. I mean, I owned it previously and I never, it's really pretty. Oh, yes. So we were watching old videos of swatching and of colors and stuff like that from this set. And it was I was really bummed out because there were some colors that I really, really wanted that I just fell in love with, that it was like, nope, she doesn't make that one anymore. Nope, she doesn't make that one anymore. It's like, oh, that was a bummer. But not a big deal because there are so many other gorgeous colors. Okay, now that is a lovely soft green. So one of the things that I'm actually really liking about these is that there's a nice variety of sheen is not the right word. There's a nice variety of Oh, darn it. See what happens when I don't... Okay, hang on. Gotta get that out there. Where was I going? Nice variety of glitter amounts. Like some of them are super super fine and subtle and just almost pearlized, and then some of them have a lot more glitter in them. So there's a really nice mix in this set. The next one is called Grass. Out of all, it's funny because out of all the greens, as I'm swatching both watercolors and, regular watercolors, and then these, and even in my colored pencils, not that it matters. I mean, not that, but of all the greens, this green, which is like a, I guess I don't know, is it a Kelly green? It's like more of like a true green, maybe? I don't know. It's my least favorite green of all the greens. I like blue greens and I like yellow greens, but these, I don't even know what you would call it. I guess they're red, even though it doesn't look like it has any red in it at all. I'm wondering if they're more like a reddish green, I know that doesn't make sense. My brain, in watching all of these watercolor videos, when they're talking about pigment colors and color mixing, and it's just like, oh, like so much, it's so much information. And part of me, says, I just want to pick up a color and color with it. I don't. But then the other part of me is like, no, you got to learn. You got to learn about color. You got to learn about color mixes, and you got to learn about why you pick the colors that you pick, or why the colors that you're using are working or not working. And I watched a really good video on that today, in fact, about how colors are about in color mixing, and how you've got colors that are more red based, colors that are more blue based, more yellow, like they have. So when you're going to mix a red and a red and a blue together, you don't always get a beautiful purple, because it all depends on what the which color that particular red is leaning. Is it a bluer red or a more orangey red? Because that all plays into the color wheel, and the using complementary colors to dull color down. Where am I going? I am talkative today. I need to just shut up and paint. All right. Anyway, I'm learning a lot, and I haven't actually created a piece yet, because I'm still in the watching and learning and gathering supplies phase. But I'm going to start soon. I've actually found 2 watercolor artists on YouTube who their style is it speaks to me. Their style is the style that I would be doing if I was good at doing watercolor. Like, you just know, like you just look at something and you're like, that's me. That's my style. That's how I would do it if I knew what I was doing. So anyway, both of them have Patreon channels. And so I'm going to go ahead and start by doing some tutorials. That's an interesting color. That's another one of those colors like this a Jenga. It's like, it's a oh, see, now that it's dry, I don't know if you can see that or not. This is it. So it looks gray, and then it looks purple. And this one is kind of the same thing. It's gray and green. Interesting. So yeah, so I'm going to start with some tutorials, because watercolor to me is the furthest away from what I know how to do of any of the mediums that I could possibly pick. Like it's just so different than acrylic paint and colored pencil. And pastels. It's like the opposite end of the spectrum for art mediums. So I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable. Where am I? Greenhouse. I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable starting out doing a few tutorials just to get the feel of the medium under my belt, I guess, so to speak. So I will, if I can, if I can, I'll show you guys what I'm doing in that regard. This is, I think, going to be really pretty. Yes. I want to practice and learn how to use those complementary colors to dull. I hate to use the word dull because that's such a word. But when you buy watercolor sets, quite often they're full of extremely bright, extremely vibrant colors, which on the surface you look, yeah, that is a really pretty green. On the surface you would think that, oh, these are gorgeous, this is great. But I don't typically use those super duper bright colors in my work. So it will be interesting to see if I can take those and just, desaturate that color down just a little bit. Like, these are both really beautiful colors. So this is kind of like more my like what I like as far as greens go, more than that bright green. I forgot to write down what it was. It is slate. Ooh. Okay, and then the next one is malachite. Okay. Malachite. This looks like it's got a green shift. Yeah, when that dries, that's going to have a green shift to it, which is really pretty. All right, then we have Bejeweled, which is one of the colors that I owned previously. The drier that malachite color gets, the more I like it. All right, then we have apple. That misty looks really light in the lights, but it actually, I think you can see it there better. It's kind of that's a really pretty color. Okay, apple. So if you're thinking about getting this set, I bet you could write to Karen and ask her to send you the, oh, Nasina, that's pretty green. To send you the list of colors in the set, which isn't necessary if you're not planning on buying any extras, but oh, I really like this color. But I wanted to buy some extras, and so I wanted to make sure that I didn't duplicate what was in the set. When I redo this swatch chart, I might pull all the really muted colors and put them together, and then all the really bright colors and put them together. Yeah, I might do that. Okay, the next one is avocado. Avocado. This is one of the ones we added. It's not in the original set. Oh, it's bright. Woohoo! Bright. That's like a fluorescent green. Oh. So when I was playing, before I got these, and I was just playing again with the colors that I already had, I found that over colored pencil, these work fantastic. These are great to go over colored pencil. So if you're doing a fantasy piece, say, and you do it in colored pencil, and then you want to take your metallic watercolors and just add some of those on top of the colored pencil. They work fantastic for that. And so far, I've only done it on top of watercolor. Like I've been adding the metallic paint that I had before I got these on top of some previous pages that I've done in the Linda Ravenscroft books, which are on this wonderful watercolor paper. So I was having a great time doing that. But I suspect that I wouldn't do it on like Amazon paper, the really thin, really, really crappy paper. But I would imagine if you have a layer of colored pencil down, okay, this is holly, and then you add, some of these metallic watercolors to the top of the colored pencil. Like, one of the nice things about these paints is that they don't take a lot of water in order for them to activate and be used. Oh, this is like a gold green. Oh my God. It's like blue and gold and green. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. Anyway, so I would imagine that going on top of color pencil, it wouldn't affect the paper like it would if you were trying to put water on, straight onto the paper. I am so in love with these. Oh my God. So that's another thing that I'm going to play around with is trying to use these on regular coloring book paper, regular paper. I have high hopes for this brown. I don't know why. I just feel like I really want it to be awesome. And it is awesome. It is very awesome. It's just a straight single pigment brown, but it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful, beautiful brown. Pretty opaque. Really pretty. Okay. So that is all of these colors. And now I'm going to continue on with the metallics, because I kind of separated them into their own little tin. So the first one is going to be copper. I guess you could call, I know they're metallics. They're all metallics. These are like the more neutral ones, I guess. The ones that I think of as like true metals: copper, brass, gold, bronze. That's quite red. Well, it's probably not that red, but it looks red compared to the brown that I just put on here. Okay, this rose beige, even though it's not really a metallic color. Oh, I'm out of water again. Even though it's not a metallic color, it's I kind of think of it as a neutral. So if I change my mind, the beauty of big tins with the what did I do with it? Did I take it out? I moved it. Why did I do that? The beauty of the magnets underneath all of these is that I can just move it wherever I feel like it needs to go. That's actually a really, really pretty color. For a neutral, you know, a really pretty neutral. Oh my God. And I forgot to write down the name. That one I'm not going to do because I will. It's too wet down there. So this one is Flash. You know what? Let's get this out of the way. Flash, Vixen, Bronze, Bright Gold, Pale Gold, and Golden. Okay, Flash. This is actually, it's Flash Copper. Now that I remember the name. So this copper is very, very brown. This copper is much more like what I think of as copper. And oh my gosh, would that not be fun to like add some blue, some verdigris, some blue somehow. I don't know how, in a coloring page somehow. Okay, so there's a lot of water in here. That's my own fault. So I'm just going to soak up some of that water and carefully add this back in. don't need a lot of water for these. In fact, I think they work best with very little water. Just enough to wet it and kind of make a paste. This is Vixen. Similar to Flash. I added the Flash. Vixen is part of the set, but you know, you don't know what colors look like. That's the only thing that I didn't like, is that there weren't enough photos or enough video, however you want to, whatever works best, to kind of show what the colors in the sets are or look like. Okay, bronze is next. That's a lot of water. I squeezed too much in there. Okay, next is bright gold. This one looks like it has a lot of glitter in it compared to the golden, which is the gold that I own and used in, I used on one of my coloring pages, and of course for the life of, Melora. I think I used it on the Melora coloring page. Not this one, but the, okay, so this is bright gold. It's very pretty. Oh. Okay, then we have pale gold, which I think I'm going to really like. This is almost like tarnished gold. Probably should put bright gold and golden together. I don't know why I divided them up like that. That was a mistake. Yeah, this is pretty. I bet it's prettier when it's dry. This is like a tarnished gold. Or a, yeah, like an old gold. Okay, this is golden. This one is mine. You can see it's kind of divoted instead of being convex, it's concave because I used it a lot. So bright gold has a little bit, is a little bit more red. It leans to the warmer golds, and this golden is more of a kind of a, I don't want to say it's more of a true gold, but this is definitely a warmer gold. It's very pretty. Okay, now we're getting to the ones that I've really been excited to check out. These are the silvers. We have bezel. We have silver. We have chrome. silver lining, which looks kind of blue. Tiny spoon. I can tell that I'm not caring as much about what I'm doing because I know I'm going to redo these. Tiny spoon and an interesting color called Her Hair. And I'm not sure if that belongs with my metallics or not. We'll see. See. All right, bezel. Oh my gosh, let me show you this before I put water to it. It looks like, okay, so when I was doing lots of Christmas, handmade Christmas things for my store, there's a color that Stickles makes called platinum. I never liked gold stickles. I never liked silver stickles. But the platinum stickles was like a mix of gold and silver. It was like a really beautiful, this is, oh my God, expensive looking silver. Not that, like, not bright, crappy silver. Sorry. But it was just a gorgeous silver. OMG. That is stunning. All right, let's see what this straight silver color looks like. It's darker. It's got some black in it. I think I'm going to like it. It's like a gray. It's like gray with glitter, which is not a bad thing. It's just, it's definitely not that. Oh, darn it. Don't forget to wash your brushes. Chrome. Chrome is like chrome. Chrome is very bright. Chrome is more like that bright silver. Oh my God, it looks like, literally when I put water to it, it looks like liquid chrome. God. So one of the things that I was noticing with these metallic paints is that there's a lot of calligraphers that like to use them, people who, because they make, they're outstanding for doing, beautiful lettering and stuff like that. I could totally see how they would gravitate to these completely. Let's see how much warmer that color is than this chrome color. It's like they mixed a little bit gold in with the silver, and that's what they got. This is bugging me. It's a little bit too heavy. Okay, silver lining. I have a feeling this is going to be very blue, and I might move it to my blues. Because it's really blue. That will get moved. I should have known when I saw it. But, I got these paints. They came, and then I rushed to do a live with them. And, as some of you know, that was a complete bust because it just pixelated. It was terrible. But normally when I get new colors that I've never had before, I do quick little, not fancy swatches of the colors so that I can see what they really look like, because quite often, colors don't look the same on paper as they do in a pencil or in a pan of paint or whatever. So normally I'll do a little, see, this is pretty. This is also leaning towards blue, but I'll keep this one in the metallics. This is a beautiful blue, silver color. It's gorgeous. All right, let's see what her hair is. It looks like it's black. It looks like black metallic. Well, it looks black. I don't know that it is metallic, because, but I'm assuming that it is, because all the rest are. It certainly does not look metallic right now. All I see is black and shiny from the wet. I do not see any glitter in this at all. So that will be interesting to see. Okay, we're almost done. I don't know, we're probably at like 2 hours by now. So one of the other sets that Karen sent out, which was an incredible, wonderful surprise gift from her, was this set, which is called the Chameleon set. Excuse me. And the thing about these Chameleon paints is they look like doo-doo on white paper. Sorry. They don't look nice on white paper. I think they would look nice over colored pencil on white paper. But the white paper does not let them show their true deliciousness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this color. Oh, see, now that's actually fine on white paper, this color. But it's it kind of is a completely different color on white than it is over black. I don't think I'm going to pull these down. So this one is called Golden. And on black, it's very green gold. And on white, it's a very regular kind of warm gold. Then we have this one called Galaxy. And on the black, it is this gorgeous, brilliant blue. But look what it does on top of the white paper. It's like red, like a red color. So to see this in its true, to where it's really beautiful, it needs to go, I think, over a darker color. But I will definitely be experimenting to see what it looks like on top of other colors of color pencil, maybe. This is Mint. Ooh, boy, that doesn't look anything like it does in the jar, in the pan. That's what it looks like in the pan. That kind of olivey green. It fascinates me what these colors do depending on what color they're going on top of. I mean, it's like, it's magic. All right, the next one is just called Green, I think. This one looks green and red. It's like blue and red. You can see the red on the white paper and the blue-green color on the dark paper. Wow, really cool. Okay, this one is called, it looks like it's called Champagne. I can't really read her writing, but I think that's what it is. Now see how thick, I don't know if you can see how, like, in contrast to regular watercolors, you just want this to be kind of a thick, I don't want to say glue. That's not a good description, but you just want it to be a creamy, thick consistency, not watery. So this looks purple and pink. And maybe some, well, that's interesting because it almost does hardly anything on the white paper. It kind of gets that tan champagne color on the white paper. But it's a beautiful purple. All right, one more. This one is blue. Again, this is part of the Chameleon. I guess it's the Chameleon set. That's a gorgeous blue. What's it look like on white? This is kind of a light blue on white. Kind of translucent, you know, kind of sheer. You don't see. And then you put it on the dark and it just goes pow. That's just amazing to me. All right. So those are the KJ Designs by Karen metallic watercolors luxury set number 3. And like I said, some of them, like this sunset, it's just, and coral, it's like the finest pearly colors, just really beautiful. And then you've got colors like Blossom, Violet Lake. There's a few others in here. A Jenga even though it's kind of a weird gray color underneath, have a lot more glitter kind of in them. These two have quite a bit of glitter. A lot of the rest of these are more pearly. I've got to say, my favorite color is really standing out to me as a clear winner, and that is that pink gold. That is like purple and orange, so kind of like when I mix my Prismacolor, what are those, wow, what is that color? Now my brain just stopped working. Hello, Prismacolor swatch chart, where are you? The Dahlia purple, when I mix Dahlia purple with one of the oranges, like nectar, or even, I don't know, pumpkin orange. Anyway, that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of when purple and orange get put together in a page, and it's just, these are just so beautiful. I can't wait to actually start playing with them and using them. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, and bezel. Bezel, that's a pretty strong favorite too. That is really pretty. All right, guys. I know this was probably a long video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I didn't talk your ear off because I feel like I did, but I was really excited. All right, so I'm gonna try. I will not be gone as long as I was. I feel like it's been a few weeks, and I feel really, I felt bad, but then I didn't feel bad. So what can I say? It was good for me to get away a little bit. So I think I'm going to do I think I'm going to use some of these metallics and some watercolors in a Linda Ravenscroft book. And yeah, I got a lot of stuff that I want to do. So it may not all be coloring. It may all be coloring. It won't be all me. It'll be some other stuff too, because yeah. So that is it. I will see you guys on the next video. Until then, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be kind to each other. We're all part of this really wonderful community of of people, and it should be possible for people to have adult conversations with varying opinions and not get nasty to each other. So yeah, that's it. Be kind. Love to you all. Bye.